Hello everybody, and welcome to some Hearthstone. I am Tom, and today I'm going to be playing a very, very silly deck. Now, this is my first video on Hearthstone, even though I've been playing for a while. Those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Those of you who are familiar, welcome as well, I guess. I'm going to be doing this video assuming you have a certain level of knowledge about the game of Hearthstone, so I'm not going to be sitting there pointing out what everything does, because that tends to get quite tiresome quickly. It's easy to pick up. If you'd like me to do a video like that, let me know, and I would be happy to, even though there's plenty out there. But today, I'm going to be doing a dragon deck. What does this dragon deck involve? I'll show you. Obviously, dragons. So I chose Druid for this deck because the use of Innovate and Wild Growth are very, very helpful in letting me get the higher creatures out earlier. As you can see, this deck, 6 of the cards in this deck are 9 and 10 cost legendary dragons. So that's kind of a fifth of your deck used up by complete end game things. So it's really helpful to be able to get the mana up quicker to actually reach those. Now, the rule of this deck that I came up with it's a gimmick deck. This is obvious. I've been inspired by Total Biscuit's, specifically Total Biscuit's Lord of the Gimmicks series, where he just plays very silly decks. It's very entertaining, and I thought I had an idea for a few, and I thought, hey, I'll try some of those out. So this is the dragon deck. It's my first one, and obviously, as you can clearly see if you know Hearthstone, it consists of dragons and some spells and a couple of alarm bots here because of these guys. So I'll go through it now, nice and easy. We've got the Innovates. Gain 2 mana crystals this turn only. Very, very helpful. Always a good card unless you've reached the end of the game and like 10 mana and you don't have much in your hand. Then that's when it starts to fall a bit flat. But most of the game, this card is useful. Young Dragonhawk. Widely considered to be one of the worst cards in the game for good reason. It's a 1/1 for 1, which is not great. You can get 1/2s for 1 and 2/1s for 1, even though they're not great either, but you can get 1/1s with Divine Shield. So, Young Dragonhawk, not very good. It has Wind Fury, so it can attack twice, but the problem is it normally dies immediately to whatever you're facing. Especially if you're facing a class like Rogue, Druid, or Mage, you can just kill it with their hero ability without any trouble. Now, I know it's a beast. You can see that it says beast at the bottom there. But I put it in anyway because it's a Young Dragonhawk. So the main rule of this deck was it had to include every dragon card. And apart from the Alarm bots, I wasn't allowed to put in any other minions. It's very possible I will change this deck in the future to make it more viable, because any experienced or even semi-experienced players of Hearthstone will be looking at this deck going, that's terrible. That is a terrible deck he has right there. And you'd be correct. You'd be correct. This is not a very good deck, but it is a fun deck. Well, it's fun if you don't mind losing with it a lot. So, we have the Young Dragonhawks. Not very good, but it's something. And it's something in the early game, more importantly. And this deck really lacks early game. 2 Mark of the Wilds, give a minion taunt and +2/+2. Again, this is normally a reasonably good card. It's actually not as useful in this deck as it might otherwise be because of these higher creatures. I mean, by the time you get one of those out, I mean, these guys are all 9 cost. Unless you innovate and have spare mana, you're not going to be able to actually play Mark of the Wild on the same turn as one of them. And it's unlikely you're actually even going to need to, because they're so big and strong anyway. But it does work very well with earlier things like like the Young Dragonhawk, for example. If you play Young Dragonhawk on turn 1, and then it stays alive, and you Mark of the Wild turn 2, that's a 3/3 with Taunt, which is fine, but it has Wind Fury, so that's bam, 6 damage you can do. So that's pretty damn handy. So that's a useful card for helping me. Essentially, like the early game of this deck involves just trying to keep control of the board, and then you bring out your real heavy hitters. Next up, Power of the Wild. This is a good one. Give your minions +1/+1. That ability is not quite so useful in this deck because, again, most of the minions are later on. You can't really get at them early. So what's more useful is summon the 3/2 Panther. My rule for not having dragon cards in the deck, only having dragon minions in the deck, is relaxed here because it's actually a spell card that just happens to give you a Panther. I'm breaking my own rules, but never mind. So that's pretty good. Nice and simple. Wild Growth, gain an empty mana crystal. Really, really good if you need to build up to those higher cards earlier. If you get 2 Wild Growths in your opening hand, you can be on like 4 mana when the enemy is on 1, assuming you went first. Well, technically they'd be on 2 when they took their turn, but be really, really good. That's a good one. Fairy Dragon, 3/2 for 2. It can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. This is just generally a good card, so I was happy to put this in the deck. a few of the cards in here I was just like, oh, I really don't want to put this in, but I had to keep with my own rules. So the Fairy Dragon is a good card. If I were to revamp this deck to make it more viable, just dragon themed rather than dominated entirely by dragons, I'd probably keep the Fairy Dragon in because it's a generally good card. The Alarma Bots, normally terrible. Normally an absolutely awful minion. 3 cost, 0/3, at the start of your turn, swap this minion with a random one in your hand. Obviously, that is to let you get bigger things out earlier. Now, the only reason it is in this deck is to get bigger things out earlier. It's the only reason it's in any deck. But it does have some use in here because we have these 6 really top-level guys. And, admittedly, there's 3 of them you actually don't want to bring with your Alarma Bot because they have good battle cries. Alexstrasza, set a remaining hero's health to 15. You want that battle cry, either to heal yourself or harm your enemy. Onyxia, summon 1/1 whelps until your side of the battlefield is full. Not as useful, but still pretty handy. You want to use it. And, oh, actually, no, Deathwing, sorry. There's 2 that you don't want to pull in with that. Deathwing, you normally do. Like, if you pull in a Deathwing with an Alarma Bot on turn 4, then you've got a 12/12 on the board with no ill effects, and it's fantastic. However, Deathwing is, of course, used later in the game to just clear everything. Except your opponent's hand. Malagos, he can come in with it fine. Nosdormu can come in with it fine. Nosdormu, not a great card, but... And Ysera can come in with it fine. We'll get to those in a moment. So, the Alarma Bots have some real use in this deck, provided you pull one of these into your hand while you've got one, which is, you know, you've got a reasonable chance of doing so. Swipe, not much to be said about Swipe. Deal 4 damage to an enemy and 1 damage to all other enemies. It's a really, really good card. It's just generally and always a good card. So, we don't even need to dwell on that. That's just really good. Dragonling Mechanic. Summon a 2/1 mechanical Dragonling is its battle cry. It's a 2/4 for 4. It's not a great card. It's alright. It's better than the Young Dragonhawk. It's average at best, probably slightly below average. So, it is included in this deck. Again, neither the Dragonling Mechanic or the Mechanical Dragonling are actually Dragon-type cards, but they've got Dragon in the name. The Mechanical Dragonling is a little mechanical dragon, so I counted it. And it gives this game a bit of early to mid-game that it otherwise is sorely lacking. So, yeah, that's fine. Twilight Drake, gain +1 health for each card in your hand. So, if you bring that out with 4 cards in your hand, it's a 4/5, which is an actual card that is 4/5. The Chillwind Yeti is generally considered to be quite good. So, that's pretty good. It's situational. If you drew it at the end of the game and you've got nothing in your hand, it's not going to be very useful at all. But it's pretty good if you get it on your mana curve. Azure Drake, 5 cost, 4/4, spell damage +1, and battlecry draw a card. Always a good card. Just a damn solid minion. However, in this deck, the only thing that spell damage actually improves is the swipe. But that improvement can be very, very useful. So, because swipe is such a good and versatile card. So the Azure Drake, it is a good card. Again, I don't have any qualms putting it in here. Force of Nature, 6 cost, summon 3 2/2 tree ants with charge that die at the end of the turn. This one I thought about for a bit because it summons minions that die, so I allowed it because it is still a spell card. It's not great. It's good when coupled with another ability, Savage Roar, which is another druid card. It's through here somewhere. There it is. Give your characters +2 attack this turn because then you can do 12 damage in one turn. But I didn't have space in the deck for that. And that's a good finisher. But I put these in just because it's something at 6 mana. And it can help me clear the board. And that is very useful, as I said. And that's really the last thing we have before we get into the legendaries. So, again, I came into this deck saying it's not good, but it works. It doesn't, but it's fun. So, Alexstrasza, 9 cost, 8/8. Set a hero's remaining health to 15. As I said, it can be used to heal you or harm your enemy. Generally a good card, pretty solid. Malagos, 9 cost, 4/12. Spell damage +5. He's just in here. I wouldn't put him in here if it weren't a dragon-themed deck. There's decks he's good in, decks with a lot of spells that do damage. This is not one of those decks. Again, it helps the swipe. However, if you can play Malagos and he survives a turn and then you swipe, suddenly your swipe is doing 9 damage to one enemy and 6 damage to all other enemies. So that'll clear almost anything. So that's really good if you can keep that going, but chances are fairly slim that you will. Nosdormu. Nosdormu is a really weird card. Players only have 15 seconds to take their turns. It's not great. It doesn't have any practical benefit but it is a very fun card to play because people panic when Nosdormu gets played. Because rather than having like a minute and a half, whatever it is normally to take your turn, you got 15 seconds. So people just throw stuff out and make bad trades and do all kinds of stuff. And it's fun to just play Nosdormu and sit back and watch how your opponent will react. Because It's not a very great card, but it is a fun card. It is an interesting card, and that's what this deck is about, being fun and interesting, if not altogether effective. Onyxia. Summon 1/1 whelps until your side of the battlefield is full. It's, yeah, you know, it's okay. It's not bad. It's better than Nozdormu. It's good if your opponent's got lots of little things that you want to pick at. Ysera, widely considered to be one of the best cards in the game. 4/12 for 9. At the end of your turn, draw a dream card. Now, the dream cards are Ysera's own special cards. You can only get them from drawing. She will draw them. You can only get them from that. There's a few of them. They have various effects. One lets you pull minions back to your hand. One lets you, or put any minions back to their hand, I think. One lets you do 5 damage to all enemies except all characters rather except Ysera. So that's to you and your guys as well. She's got a couple of good mana cost, good strength minions in there. One of which is actually a dragon in and of itself. So that's pretty handy. It adds to the deck. And she's got a couple of others. She's got Nightmare, which gives a creature +5/+5 and then destroys it at the start of your next turn. So that's fine. And then we have the man himself, Deathwing. 10 mana, 12/12. Battlecry, destroy all other minions and discard your hand. He's a dangerous one. Only play him if you have no choice or if your enemy has a huge board and you've got nothing in your hand. Because that Battlecry is insane. But then you do have a 12/12, even if he is... I think very rarely have I played Deathwing and then been able to actually hit anything with him, because people tend to remove him as a matter of urgency. You can understand why. It's 12/12. So, that is the deck. That is my terrible, terrible dragon deck. And, yeah, we're going to give it a try. And we'll see how it does. I played it a little bit, and I won a few games. Lost more. But never mind. We're going to play this in casual mode rather than ranked mode, because there's no way that this deck is going to stand up in ranked play. Not a chance. It will just be blasted down to nothingness. So that's one reason we're not going to play it in ranked mode. The other reason we're going to play it in casual mode is because, well, one, a lot of people there are trying out new to the game and are not very good, so that's an easy win for me. Well, hey. And number two is that in casual mode is often where you find other players playing about with their gimmicky, really weird decks. So you can have some really, really fun things there. The first game I tried to test this out with, I had a fantastic back and forth with a guy with just the most ridiculous, throwing legendaries out everywhere and all kinds of stuff going on. It was ridiculous. So I hope to get another one that's that one. So we'll get going now, and yeah, this should be fun. Now this deck isn't particularly effective, but it sticks to the theme very well, I think. It's perhaps a little overly. It sticks to the theme a little exuberantly. Okay, so we're against the priest. Good start. He's going to have mind controls and Shadow Earth deaths and all kinds of horrible things. Okay, well, we don't want Deathwing or the Twilight Drake in the starting hand. We'll keep the Innovate just because it'll be useful to just have one of those lying around. Okay, that's a much better opening hand, actually. Young Dragonhawk, so we can play that on turn 1. Power of the Wild turn 2 to give us a 3/2 Panther. So that's... Oh, or we could Wild Growth turn 2. Or I could Innovate Wild Growth this turn, but I think the Innovate is more useful if I use it for one of the bigger minions. Were this an ordinary game with my actual proper Druid deck that works, I might have considered Innovate Wild Growth there. Though I'm not sure I would have. But, okay, well, there we go. Holy Smite on that. That's not too bad, because at least that means my 3/2's less likely to get Holy Smited. Oh, Jesus, that's... Okay, Wild Growth. And because that puts us up to 3, so then next turn we'll be on 4, so we can Wild Growth again and Power of the Wild. So that will be brilliant because I'll be on 4 mana when he's on 2, and that'll put me then up to 5 mana. So then I'll be on 6 mana when he's on 3. It'll be fantastic. We're gonna have a great time. So we'll do another one of those, and actually I'm a little tempted to... No, I won't innovate that. We'll throw down the Panther, and that Gold Panther, incidentally, very pretty card. And we just got to hope he doesn't have 2 minions to play to get knives into that Panther there, because that's what this guy does. So, but the mana, this actually, that I could not have hoped for a better start there. Just up to 6 mana so quickly is absolutely fantastic. Okay then, so what do we got? A Llama Bot, not very helpful. I'm gonna smack this into that because I'm gonna need to just to get through it. I could hit it, but I don't want to take the 3 damage to the face when I've got stuff on the board that can kill it. Now, this turn, I'm going to have 7 mana next turn. If I draw any of the 9-cost dragons, I can actually play them, which is absolutely insane. He's on 4 mana, so that's brilliant. I really hope I draw one now. What have I got? I've got 6 of them, and I've got 23 cards left in my deck. Ooh, that's just under a 1 in 4 chance, or just over a 1 in 4 chance, not sure. Ah, damn. Oh well. So... That is... Oh, man, that's... Oh, that's lucky. That's... Oh, come on. Come on, 7-cost dragon. 9-cost dragon. Damn! Swipe. That's not a 9-cost dragon at all. Ah, okay. Now, I'm actually now in a fairly bad position because the Alarma Bot will only swap with minions that are in my hand when I start it, when I play it. So, if I draw a minion next turn, the Alarma Bot will not put that in. That's not good, is it? That's not good at all. So let's just... Definitely going to want to do that. Get 1 health and 1 armor and 1 attack. I don't really want to swipe that. I mean, I could swipe that and then hit it in the face. But that would kill it, but it would also do 4 damage to me. And this guy would be on 1 damage, 1 health, he wouldn't die, and there's a good chance this guy get hit with the daggers, so... I think actually a better move might be this one. It's only 1 less damage to my face, but it at least means that won't die from the dagger. So either he's going to have to use another card to kill it, or that gets traded into. Or I might even just survive and then use my hero ability again. Unless I draw something good. That is the unfortunate thing about this deck, or indeed any druid deck where you kind of ramp up with the wild growths and innovates, is if you get up to that level where you're so far ahead on mana, but then you don't have the cards that you actually need to damage the enemy, you don't have the big cards, then it's useless. Well, another swipe actually. That's pretty good timing for that swipe, and I'm going to trade her in rather than hit myself because I'm already on 15 health, and that's not good at all. So, that's unfortunate. I'm really, really hoping for a dragon, like any of my good dragons. Just come on, a legendary card, please. I'll take any of them. I'll take Onyxia, I'll take... Actually, I would love to have Nozdormu right now because it just fuck with this guy so much. Okay, Mind Blast. Interesting, normally used as a finisher. What else you got? A Lightwell. Okay. That's slightly... This is all slightly annoying, nothing more. It's no more troublesome than that. Hey, Onyxia! Thank you. Lovely. Right. Incoming Shadow Word Death, I'm willing to bet. Please don't have Shadow Word Death. If he doesn't, then I'm in a pretty damn good position, because I can take out the Lightwell with my whelps, and then I can run Onyxia into his face. So, that'll be fun. Now, if he had Shadow Word Death, he almost certainly would have played it. Okay. Right, that would mean I would lose all of my whelps if I throw them in there. So I could actually just go for his face with Onyxia instead. Oh dear, dear, oh dear. Okay, I think I'm going to hit that with Onyxia, then drive 3 of the whelps into that, because that way a few of them at least survive. So, throw that in. Throw them in. Or I could just clear his board with the whelps, that's also an option. And actually, I think it's a better option, because he can just heal himself of any minor damage. So, I may as well hit the face though. So, I actually think that is a better option, because now I've got a card which can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. So, unless he has a Holy Nova, I'm pretty much okay. Or a Alchemy Soul Priest Circle of Healing. Which would mean that he could just do 4 damage to both of these. And then I got Onyxia, of course, so... Okay, good. He's healing first. That suggests he does not have a very effective play here. That's good. Oh, he didn't have anything. Damn, that's really good. That's not so good, but... Hey-ho. I'm wondering if he's spotted the gimmick yet. I'm wondering if he's looking at this and going, this guy's playing a dragon deck. Either that, or he might be looking at it just going, what the fuck is this guy doing? What's with all these weird cards? Okay, what do you got, mister? Well, it's obviously not a Shadow Word Death, or he'd have used it immediately. Might be that he has a mind control in there and he's safe. Oh, it was a Shadow Word Death. Oh. Boy, is my face red. Not least since I just lost my big hitter. Ah, Temple Enforcer. Very good card. Very difficult card for me to deal with. Twilight Drake, that's no help. What's now at 4-3. Okay, I'm just going to go for his face here. Until I get something that can either trade... Until I can set up a favourable trade with that Temple Enforcer, I'm going to go for his face. Now, it does run the risk that he hits me in the face. But now that my Twilight Drake is down, I stand a better chance of being able to take him down. I just leaned to the right, and my microphone was directly in front of me, and then I leaned to the right, so it was over to the left. So that probably sounded quite strange. I apologise if that was the case. So really, it all depends on what he has now. Because if he hits me in the face with that thing, I'm actually going to be down to 7, which is a little low. And then he could... There's a few things he could potentially do then to kill me, though it's unlikely he'd have the specific number of... Okay, his options for killing me just increased massively. Please don't have Holy Smite.
My apologies.
No, don't you dare have Holy Smite. God damn it! Well. That's the 3rd time I've been killed by Holy Smite today. Crap. Oh, I was so happy when I had a Nixie on the field. Oh well, never mind. You can't win them all, and with this deck, you rarely ever will. Just win, full stop. Oh, well. What are the odds, though, of him having the exact combination of cards needed to kill me there? That was... Those were the 2 cards I was thinking of, was Holy Fire and Holy Smite. Although it could have... Holy Nova would have worked as... No, because he couldn't have then Holy Fired. So yeah, that was... Yeah, god damn it. It took him a while to play them as well. Maybe he was doing the maths. Paladin, this should be fun.
I will fight with honor.
Okay. Alex Straza, not very useful in an opening hand. We'll keep the Fairy Dragon, toss the rest. Might be good to keep a hold of the swipe, but I don't think so. Oh, my word. Well, isn't that fun? We could get a 3-3 on turn 1. Wait, I'm going second. I'll have the coin. Holy crap, we could do that even faster. Blimey, that's fun. Oh, the number of choices now. I could Young Dragonhawk, innovate Mark of the Wild. I could just coin out the Fairy Dragon. I could Young Dragonhawk wait till next turn Mark of the Wild to hold on to the coin and the innovate. I actually think that holding on to the coin and the...
Well met.
Nope, wrong one. No, never mind.
My greeting.
There we go. Shit. Well, that definitely rules out playing the Fairy Dragon. Okay, if I play this and then innovate out Mark of the Wild, it's probably just... He's probably going to find another way to do 1 damage to it. I don't know, on turn 2 I don't think he could, and this could give me some good early board presence. This is such a stupid thing I'm doing. I can't believe I'm actually doing it. It's so fucking stupid. Oh god, don't have a Light's Justice, please. Okay, so that is just an incredibly stupid thing that I have just done. Because that innovate would probably have gone to such better use in pulling out a dragon later on. But we have to say to ourselves, last time it wasn't so useful. And okay, that's fine. At least this way we have some control of the board early on. What I can do, I will bop that, and I'll hit these both into him. It's one thing, but I'll hit it twice. So that's 6 damage done to him on my turn too. So that's pretty good. I mean, nobody's gonna decry that. That's pretty damn good. Now, unless he's got some other way to kill this, he'll trade his 2 to win, because that's a damn good trade for him. Because this thing is dangerous as hell. 6 damage in 1 turn is just nuts for this early in the game. So yeah, he did that, as I knew he would. I think we'll just control the board. We're just gonna hero power, hit that, and end turn. Nice and easy. Got Malagos. That's nice. Malagos and swipe in hand. That's always a lovely combination. Looks cool, Malagos does. Look at that. He's breathing out some kind of purpley fiery thing. Got some crystals all on him. It's nice. Turn 4 for Paladins is generally where they have a lot of powerful cards. They've got Hammer of Wrath, Consecration, Truce of Champion. But I got nothing on the field, so none of those are any use to him. So let's... I think we're going to hit this again. And I think I will play the Fairy Dragon just so I've got some presence on the board. Because now he's going to have to react to that. And he can't use his spells to take it out unless he wants to consecrate it. And I'm totally happy for him to consecrate a single minion. Next turn I will probably use Dragonling Mechanic. Yeah, unless he plays something that would die very well to Force of Nature, in which case I might do that. He actually did it. He actually consecrated 1 creature. Holy crap, that was... Oh, thank you, sir, for doing that. That's great. No, I'm not going to coin anything, actually, because I want to hold on to it till turn 8, because then I can coin out Ysera or Malagos, and then the next turn I can throw out the other one. Of course, if he gets a really powerful board built up, then I might just... Oh, hello, Ken. That's not good. Then I might just Malagos and then swipe the next turn. But okay, this should be fine. Cairn is really, really good. So I think the best option here is probably Force of Nature. The reason Cairn is good, by the way, is he has a death rattle to basically summon another 4/5. So that, you know, that's pretty bad. I mean, it's good. It's a good death rattle. I'm going to run these in just in case he's got somewhere to clear them. I'd rather that thing is down on 1 health than the alternative. The alternative is he kills both my guys and that thing is on 5 health still. Because I don't really want to waste a swipe on that, just on that. If you played something else, some other minions are quite low, that I might do. But so you can tell I'm facing off against good players because they've got a lot of gold cards. I mean, that's a Gold Hammer of Wrath. That's a basic card, so you get that from reaching a certain level as Paladin, and it's a higher level than I've reached as Paladin, I'll tell you that much. Oh. Ooh, do we want to Alarm Bot? Oh, we could, you know. We really could. But then, if it drew Alexstrasza, bad. If it drew either of these, good. I think we will. I think I'll actually swipe this. Just, it's not a very good swipe, but it gives me a clear board for my Alarm Bot. And then, we have a chance to pull out either of these, which would just be fantastic. Or Alexstrasza, because we could pull out one, coin the other, Alexstrasza the next turn, or what have you. It would be brilliant. Holy shit. I hope he can't kill this, and I really hope that it pulls one of these two. Also, I wonder if anybody can help me in the comments. Ah, balls. That actually kills Alexstrasza if I try and play Alexstrasza. Holy shit. Speaking of kill Alexstrasza, it's going to kill me. God damn. Yeah, I was hoping somebody could help me in the comments. I have no idea what that green light coming from Alexstrasza, where it's coming from. Because it seems to be above her mouth, so is it coming from her nose, or what? If anybody's watching this and knows the answer to that question, please tell me. I'm going to put Alexstrasza out because he's got 8 damage on me, which is not good, but I can... Sorry, not Alexstrasza. I'm keeping out... Ysera is what I meant to say. Sorry. Ysera. So what I will do is I will... That way I get the card, so I get Dream, return a minion to its owner's hand, very useful. Next turn I will probably Alexstrasza my health up. Are you kidding me? Have you got 6 freaking damage? No? Oh, hell no. Oh, he does. He actually... What it does. God damn it. Well. That's awkward. Each time when I think I have this fleeting moment where I'm like, yes, victory is mine, and then they pull shit like this. Alright, let's try another one. That is painful. That one actually hurt me. I had such a good play. I had 3 dragons coming in the next couple of turns. It's gonna be so beautiful. If I had just survived that turn, I would have been fine. Well, maybe not fine. He did have that Avenging Wrath, actually, so I'd have been fucked either way. But if he didn't have that Avenging Wrath, then I'd have been okay. Probably. Probably not. He had a good deck. Snuggles. Brilliant name.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
I am noticing a lot of these are good players, like they're experienced players, and that's bad for me with this awful thing. Oh good, Deathwing in the opening hand. Not what you want unless you have an Alarm Bot. Good, and a slow start on top of that. So I'm going to Wild Growth next turn, obviously. There's nothing else really to do, unless he plays a minion with 1 health. Even then I probably wouldn't. Yeah, okay, so Wild Growth. That's something at least. At least we had something to play there. Even if we'll have nothing to play this turn unless we draw a 4-drop. The ideal thing to draw now would be a Dragonling Mechanic, because... Yeah, it's not great, but it's something on the board at least, and it fits my mana curve nicely. Running into a 3-drop. Arcane Intellect?
For the crusade!
Scarlet Crusader. Right. Oh dear. Hey, Alarm Bot! Hello. I definitely want to play that with the Azure Drake in hand. I think I'm going to have to take... I really want to take 9 damage from this, but... That shield needs removing. Really needs removing. I hope he plays another minion, because I might just swipe. It's not on my mana curve, and it's not going to be a very good swipe. But, shit. See, the alternative is I take, well, actually 7 damage, which is a lot more than I would like to take. So, yeah. What if that's Mirror Entity? If that's... Damn it, it was Duplicate, of course it was. New secret from Naxxramas. I keep forgetting to... remember that. I keep forgetting when I'm running through the secrets and going, which secret is this most likely to be? I keep forgetting to bloody calculate duplicate. So I threw him out. There's a 50-50 chance now. Either I get to... Okay, there's a 0-0 chance now. Hey, he just blew a fireball on that guy. I'm okay with that, to be quite honest. That is actually fine by me. Because I have some much bigger things he probably would want to fireball in here. So good, that's some of his really good removal gone. Next I'm thinking Azure Drake. Something else. Oh, that's good. That's Azure Drake. Power of the Wild. Because then, this actually survives hitting that. And he's got to kill it with his hero power or with something else. So I'm pretty okay with that. That's good. Thing is, I don't even want to play Deathwing just manually because he'll kill my hand. And this is a pretty good hand right now. I mean, it's... Okay, it's not great, but it's okay. Oh, interesting. He's setting them up for Flame Strike. That's... You're going to take 10 damage this turn. Unless you've got something to stop that. That's not going to stop that. Oh, see, I was going to... I think I'm going to swipe that. Just to piss him off. Let's swipe that. And then... Let's get him out of Flame Strike range. One of them's going to die, but he's going to die whatever I do. I'm surprised he lasted this long. Now... Attack of the Dragons, bitch. Cool. Cool. That's pretty fun. And even if he Flame Strikes this turn, that's his whole turn gone. So I would then have 7 damage. I would actually have lethal then. I'll have lethal damage. If he can't... Yeah, I think I've won. Yep.
Well played.
7, 9, 11, 13, 14. Success! The deck worked! Notice that none of my legendaries were played that game. I wonder if that's a sign. Oh, that was... Oh, success! Success, I say! Oh, wow, that's gratifying. Alright, it's nice. I've lost like 8 games in a row with this deck. It's nice to win one. Okay. We'll do one more, I think. We'll do one more. I have no idea how long this video is now. I really should have checked when I started what the fucking time was. But never mind. Never mind. Damn, that was... Oh, I'm on a high now because I won that. So, yeah, I won. Generally speaking, I'm an alright Hearthstone player. I mean, you can see my rank there is like... I forgot what it is now. It's Questing Adventure. It's like, I think it's 16. Yeah, I'm 16. I normally hang around kind of 16, 15, 14. Occasionally I get up to 13 or 12. So, I'm not great, but I'm not utterly terrible either. But, you know, then you have just decks like these, which are just stupid as hell. So, yeah. I'm not very good at the arena, though. I will say that. I think my highest arena win was 8 wins was my highest in arena. And that was way out of the norm. That was like, I was like, oh my god, 8 wins, I am unstoppable. Of course I wasn't, because then I lost. And yeah, that kind of hurt. Yeah, I'm going to do it this time. Could have coined Wild Growth, but there's no point, because then I'd be at 3 mana and I got fucking nothing to play on 3 mana. So, much better to do it on this turn, because... Deathwing again? Blimey. Now I'll have 4 mana next turn, and then I got 2 things on 4 mana. I'm not going to swipe this board, but Dragonling Mechanic is an option. Especially against a... well, actually, no, it's not very good against a Knife Juggler at all, but it's better than nothing against a Knife Juggler, at least. Question is, what's he going to do now? This all is dependent on what he plays next, of course. Harvest Golem. I don't like this deck that he's playing, because it's already had 2 good cards in it. That's the only reason I don't like it, but... Yeah, let's throw out my bad card then, see what we can do. Harvest Golem, very solid card. I used to hate them, and then it was brought to my attention that they're actually very good, because they're hard to remove. You kill one, and another one pops up. A weaker one, but... It's still, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one to deal with. Alright, so... The ideal situation for me is that I kill that with that, but that's never going to happen. Okay, yes, I know he's getting a much more than that. Ah, god damn it! Had a 33% chance to hit the money shot, and he did. What a bastard. This board I am considering swiping. I'd much rather Azure Drake swipe, but that won't work very well. If I swipe this board, if I swipe him, that kills these two at least. Because currently he's got 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage on me, which put me down to 10, and there's no way I can survive in this with this deck if I get down to 10 damage on turn 5, so I think I'm going to have to. I'm going to swipe him rather than the wolf because he's just generally more of a problem. Oh shit, that still leaves him with 5. I could coin hero ability, but I really don't want to because it uses the coin. And I've got things in here that could be coined. Well, I mean, not Deathwing so much, but Alexstrasza, definitely. You know what, I'm going to do it because there's no point me looking ahead and going, oh, I could coin this, I could coin that. Because if I don't coin it now, chances are good I won't live long enough. Still, I managed to mediate 10 damage, taking that turn down to 1. So that was pretty good. That was a fairly effective removal, I would say. And next turn, maybe Azure Drake. Well, I can't do anything else for Azure Drake at all, can I? Okay, new plan. Do this. Hit that. Play that. 3-2 Panther. Give him turn. That should help keep me alive for a little while. Hopefully long enough to get Alexstrasza, who can heal me if I'm hurt much more, or I can knock his health down if I'm not. So next turn it will probably be Azure Drake, Shapeshift, unless I draw another 2-drop. Or a better, I was going to say, or a better 7-drop, but there are no 7-drops in this deck. There are no 7-cost dragons, or dragon supporty things. Ah, Blessing of Might. That's good value for him. Oh. I'm going to do something incredibly stupid here, but... Oh. No, I'm going to go for the safer play. I really was tempted to go double Alarma Bot there, because... it would give me an even higher chance to pull one of these. Though I actually want to play Alexstrasza normally, but I had a higher chance to pull Deathwing. However, there is a danger when you double Alarma Bot, and that is, or just Alarma Bot with 2 Alarm Bots. That is, the Alarm Bots can keep pulling each other out. So, and that is just, I mean, as a player, I imagine that's very annoying, but as a viewer, good lord, it happened to Total Biscuit once, and it happened like twice, in fact, it happened like 12 times in a row. And I was in stitches. It was absolutely incredible. It was, the terrible, terrible luck he was experiencing was just beautiful to behold. But I'm not going to do that. I went for the Azure Drake and kill his guy, because that's a much more sound play. Now, this secret, if this is the one that causes, if this is Noble Sacrifice, that causes a little guy to pop up when I attack him, I'm going to trigger that myself. Fantastic it was. Which means I can hit that with that. And then play that. And I can get one of these +2/+2 and taunt. I think, do I give it to that? Make him a 6/4, that would be a 4/6, and that would be a 4/3. I'll give it to that, because that's now on par with the Druid of the Claw taunt. That's a damn good taunt. There we go. It's going to be a lot harder for him to get through now. And I can Alexstrasza his health down. Shit, then I got 10 damage on the field currently. Damn. Next turn is going to hurt him. Unless he can clear my board, of course, which he could clear 2 of them with a Consecration. He might be able to clear this as well. There's a few buffs he could do that would help him. Or he could Equality. That will also do it, of course. Please don't have Consecrate. Okay, good. If he had Consecrate, he surely would have played it there. That was a tremendous board to Consecrate. But he didn't. So, he doesn't have it. All he's got is guys. That's fine. That's good. I can work with that. So, let's... Holy crap. Oh, the chances. Right. We'll hit that. We will... Oh, no. No, I miscalculated. I thought Innovate Alarma Bot, and then we might draw Deathwing. Or another Alarma Bot, of course. But we didn't, so never mind. I'm actually going to kill this just so I can keep my 4/1 around. And that's also handy if I draw a swipe. So currently, he's in serious trouble. Should have held on to that Equality. I'm not sure it would have helped. So... Ah! Ragnaros. Okay, now this is interesting, because this alters how I'm going to play this. If this dies... Okay. I might now just do that anyway. Depending on what Ragnaros hits... Yeah. Okay, I might actually play Deathwing. Oh, but Ysera. Oh, Ysera's so good. Don't want a Deathwing Ysera. No. I could Ysera a Llama Bot, which doesn't solve anything. That's stupid. Stupid at this point. If I hit that, well, definitely hit that, because I'm not going to kill him with that. I can get him down to 7. Question is then, if that hits me in the face, I'm down to 8. Can he do 8 damage to me in his turn? There are many ways that he could. Can he do 16 damage to me in his turn without Ragnaros? There are fewer ways that he could. So I actually think, as much as I hate to discard these cards, Deathwing, I feel like it's actually the safer play here. Because, I mean, nothing can kill Deathwing unless he does a, you know, like a Humility and then Consecrate or something like that. Or Wild Pyromancer Humility. Pretty much, basically, hey, there we go. Paladins do not have much good removal for really big targets, so I'm really glad that worked out. Oh, fantastic. That was fun. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Well, yeah, what a good note to end it on. 2 wins. Lovely. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed this. Me arsing about with the Dragons deck. I will definitely play this some more, the Dragons deck, because it's stupid as hell, but it's good fun. So let me know what you think down in the comments, and do subscribe if you enjoyed this. If you're new and you want more Hearthstone content, I will be coming out with more. I know this is my first video on it, but there's going to be a lot more. Yeah, and I've got some ideas for another few gimmicks that I'll be toying around with in the future as well. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again next time.